Good morning. It's June 13th, 2025, and today we really just had a range day. If you look at the daily chart, here's how it looks. We had a sell off after yesterday's close that basically tested the moving average um, before finding support. And I think that's all that happened with this bounce was we found support at the moving average. So I'm looking at the 2700 tick chart here. And you can see that sell off after the market reopened yesterday. So we formed this spike and channel down. It bounced, formed a spike and channel up before this buy climax this morning. Um, that was followed by a bear channel that pretty much took back the entire buy climax and went a little further and then bounced, spike and channel. We actually got like a spike correction, another spike followed by the bull channel. And then we've been working in this downtrend ever since then. So let's take a look. So this morning, the market was already in a bull channel. Um, five o'clock, if you're coming in at 5, comes right in this sideways stuff. You can see we got, when we broke out above this level right here, we got a body gap. This sideways stuff couldn't get a body to close beneath these highs. So that's a sign of strength, and you might look for, a measured move of some sort at that point. So let's say it's to the top of that price level, and we almost came perfectly into that. It looks like we came a few ticks shy of that. So that's one way to look for a target. Um, and we also formed a gap above this congestion, a body gap. But after the break of the channel, you can see they closed that here, and that's where everyone bought. So I don't really see any good entries. I do think if you were seeing everything I was just talking about, you can buy this. I had the Fibonacci numbers up, and that's a 25% correction, I think. Yeah, so 23% correction. So if you see all that, this was a strong bull move up despite the strong sell-off in the overnight. Uh, I think you can take this and just put your stop below this congestion, and it bounced right away, and you would have gotten a great move. And I think this clearly looks like a buy climax, so I think it is wise to take quick profits once you get a break of this tight bull channel. We correct back to the EMA, and you do get a second entry long. I think this is a bit aggressive, despite it being off the EMA. I just think this looks like a buy climax, and we could be getting uh, 2 legs sideways to down, and that's pretty much what happened. You would have gotten a scalp here, but that's it. And we formed this bear channel, and we did have a news item at 7 a.m. So prices started to overshoot this bear channel, bounced with the news item, formed a big tail on top, and found resistance at the top of the channel and the moving average. And then we went a little bit sideways before you get this lower high. And at that point, it just looks like a lot of overlap. I don't want to go short. You do get a second entry short right here. It's a lower high, and it's also a failed second entry long. So I think you could make the argument for taking that short, but you have to take profits at the bottom of the channel. So not a great risk reward ratio. It bounces. And honestly, I mean, I kind of like this for a long just because this hasn't been a strong bull or a strong bear channel. And you get a strong bull bar right at where we bounced earlier. A lot of room back to the EMA, but has not been a clear break of this bear channel. So it's definitely an aggressive bet especially when your reward is not large. You're not looking for a reversal here. You're just looking for a scalp. But anyway, we get an overshoot, kind of a double bottom, and then you get this higher low that leads to a break. And you get probably 10 bull bodies in a row here. So you could reasonably expect a test of the low. We only got one leg down. It looks like a 50% correction before this is that like two-legged spike into this channel. So we get that second spike, and you get a sort of if this is a new low, if you look at it like maybe like a double bottom or whatever, you get this first entry failed, second entry short. You're far away from the EMA, but you might catch a move here just with the context, how strong these two legs up were. You look at the daily chart, we bounced off the EMA, you know, we might get an engulfing bar. This is just what you might be thinking earlier. And you know, we do end up getting this channel, so you can ride the channel until you get a break. So 60.03, if you ride it till you get a break, you get almost a 20-point move. You know, if you can ride all this out. So solid entry to consider. Higher low here. Not sure how I would be feeling about that, but it does confirm this trend line. We actually get confirmation right here. But this gives you further confirmation. Maybe you enter on a limit order right here. And you actually get a great second entry long right here. You can see that first entry, second entry, big bullish bar. We're in this strong uptrend. And look at that follow through. 4 consecutive strong bull bars. So you probably want to ride this up for a second leg at the very least. Then we get the pullback. Second entry long doesn't trigger. It's an inside bar. You got a few bars overlapping before that anyway, so probably want to sit that one out. I'm not sure where. So this is at 60.30 where we turned down. Looks like it's at this price level from yesterday. So that's why we turned down there. I'm just looking to see if you would want to be getting short here. Strong move below the EMA at this point. I don't think you can go short here. It's just the first entry. Come down here. Nothing really. Unless you're entering on a limit order up here. When you get a tail on this bar, I think it's reasonable to consider getting short. Come right here, you get a first entry, second entry, so I think this is reasonable to consider. You can see it gap down, so sign of bear strength, and then you get this lower high right off the trend line and the EMA. I think both of those are reasonable considerations, and right now you can see we're selling off. We had an overshoot of this channel, so some strong selling occurring right now. And there's still an hour and a half until the market closes to the public, so a lot can happen between now and then. This was just the time that I could do this video. So here's how the bar is looking right now. Looks like it might be, the bears are trying to get it to, obviously, to close lower near that moving average, and the bulls are trying to make it appear as if we're finding support at the moving average. So that's how I saw it today. I hope everyone had a great day. I'll be back Monday.